do not panic. That is what I want to say to start off this video. I think the Red Sox are a lot closer than people might believe. And today, I'm going to break down 6 reasons why I think you should be optimistic about the Red Sox going forward. But you let me know in the comments, do you still have faith in the Red Sox this season? I know a lot of Red Sox fans are starting to hop off the train pretty quickly, especially after this last week and a half period. So you let me know. Type me down below in the comments if you still have faith in the Boston Red Sox. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Red Sox lose another series to the Atlanta Braves. It's not looking good. I won't lie. I mean, in my short yesterday, I said they basically gave up, which I think they did. I believe they did by just letting Sean Newcomb go out there to rot. Bad game. But I do still think that the Red Sox are a lot closer to competing than people might think or want to believe. And today I'm going to break down 6 reasons why I think the Red Sox are contenders and 6 reasons, why you should be optimistic about the Red Sox going forward. Let's just hop into it. I'm not even going to waste any time here. Number 1. Rafael Devers is one of the best hitters in all of baseball and is probably the best DH in all of the American League. He has the walk-off homer 2 nights ago. Yesterday has the first grand slam for the Red Sox since 2023. And he has been on one of the hottest tears in all of baseball, not just on the team or in the AL East or in the AL, in all of baseball. This stat comes via Sox Notes on Twitter. Go follow if you have not already. Rafael Devers in his last 21 games, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. He was on base 47 times. He is top 3 in the AL in RBIs. He leads, I believe, all of Major League Baseball in walks. He is one of the best hitters in all of baseball. He had an atrocious start to the season, but once he got comfortable, once he got into his groove, he's turned into one of the most dominant hitters in all of baseball, a hitter that pitchers fear facing on a nightly basis. It doesn't matter who it is. And he's done really great with runners in scoring position in clutch situations. We saw that 2 times in the last 2 days. Look, I'm just going to say it. Rafi can play wherever he wants. I mean, I know the first base stuff was really bad. His comments were not good, especially from a PR standpoint. And he, should probably have started to take some reps at first. But with Campbell maybe potentially getting some reps, with, good defense from Toro and Sogard, just keep a DH. He can play wherever he wants. As long as he continues to hit like this, it doesn't matter. I don't care. This is one of the biggest reasons to be optimistic. He has been on fire, and when your best hitter in the face of your franchise is hitting at the clip that he's hitting, the arrow's pointing up for the Boston Red Sox. Number 2, and I think this one's one of the most important ones, Duran and Story are starting to come around. When key pieces in your lineup start to hit, that empowers the rest of the lineup. And there are no 2 pieces more important to this lineup than Jarren Duran, who is your leadoff batter, and Trevor Story, who is in the cleanup or the 5-hole on a nightly basis. Jarren Duran has taken off. He is fully here. He has been hitting clutch with runners in scoring position. He has looked really good at the plate. He's been taking walks. He's been putting together more good at-bats. He's not striking out as much as he has as of late. The last week or so, we have started to see him get back into the groove that we saw him in last year, and a lot of that is mechanical. He's talking about the leg kick and the toe tap and things like that, and how he's been adjusting, his stance and his approach at the plate, and that's all been really good. Trevor Story, look, he went over 4 yesterday, and he's been struggling a lot this season, but we've seen glimpses over the past week. Every day he's starting to make more strides and getting more hits and making better contact and having a lot of loud outs. He's not just striking out at the 4 at-bats, 4 strikeout clip that he was a few weeks ago. He's starting to make those adjustments. He's starting to come around. If those 2 guys can get going in the lineup, your lineup looks a lot more deadly than it has been over the past few weeks. You let me know down below in the comments, what is your confidence level in the Red Sox lineup? I want you to scale it from 1 to 100. Let me know down below in the comments. You're going to get hit with a YouTube ad break here in a second, so when that ad break hits, let the ad play, but go on down and let me know. Scale of 1 to 100, confidence level in the Red Sox lineup so far. Let's go to number 3, and this one, I'm wearing the shirt today for this specific reason. The kids are going to be here soon. And I think more and more and more that we see, it just fuels the fire that these guys are going to get called up. Roman Anthony and Marcelo Mayer are going to get called up sooner rather than later. Will Middlebrook spoke in the pregame show before yesterday's game, and I was listening to because I was out running errands before the game started. And he said, I'm paraphrasing, he didn't say this exactly, but he basically said that he believes Campbell could start a game at first base within the next week. He wouldn't be surprised if at some point during this homestand, the back half of this homestand, we see Kristian Campbell get a start at first base. And I wholeheartedly agree with him. 3 days in a row, he's gotten reps at first before the game. And from all accounts, it sounds like he looked pretty good yesterday. So we're going to see if that happens. And if that happens, we could see Marcelo Mayer up here pretty quick because he believes that he expects, if Campbell gets it first and he starts looking comfortable at first base, Marcelo Mayer is going to follow pretty quickly. And I wholeheartedly agree. And if everything goes well, Marcelo Mayer's up and he never goes back down. And that's something very valuable. That is a spark that you could use in this lineup desperately. Campbell struggled as of late, but I have full confidence in him to figure it out going forward. And if you get Marcelo Mayer in the lineup, that might be a little bit of electricity that you need. And on top of that, Roman Anthony's still sitting down in AAA as well. He might be the last guy called up, but it actually kind of makes sense because he's the youngest of the three. So the kids are going to be up soon. I'm very excited about that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And they are going to add a very important spark to this lineup that you haven't had so far this year, straight up. The lineup this year there's holes in the lineup that are just like, I don't fear this part of the lineup at all. And if you get Roman Anthony and Marcelo Mayer up here, you've got a very complete lineup that I think most pitchers are pretty scared of. Before we get into my last 3 points, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the community here at the Red Sox Rundown. We did get to our goal of 1,800 subscribers. We are less than 200 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers. Join the movement. We got daily videos. We recap every single game. We will talk about last night's game, yesterday's game as well at the end of this video. But if you want the latest Red Sox news, rumors, injury updates, everything surrounding the Red Sox, we've got it right here on the Red Sox Rundown. So don't miss out. Join the movement. Hit that subscribe button right now. Number 4. And this is kind of opinion, but I do think it's true because stats are stats. The 1-run game stat is not sustainable. The Red Sox, are the Red Sox getting unlucky? No. There's I guess maybe a little aspect of luck in baseball, but at the end of the day, you either play well or you don't. So they're not getting unlucky, but they've had a lot of unfortunate situations that have led them to lose games. Like one reliever implodes or one error turns into 3 runs in an inning. Like there have been a lot of instances this season where if the Red Sox win a few of those 1-run games, if they flip the script on a few of those games, they are 1 game back or tied for the lead in the AL East and not, 5 games back on the Yankees. Like that is not sustainable. 5-12, I believe, is the record with in 1-run games. Like that stat, like just using statistics and using math, that's not sustainable. The losing aspect of that. Like they are going to have games fall in their favor. They just need to perform. And, I think that, we saw glimpses of that 2 nights ago where they were able to rally. They showed good poise. Like they showed that they were, able to overcome some adversity and win a ball game. And we haven't seen that this year as of late. So to see that happen, I do feel a little more confident in this lineup as a whole. In the bottom of the lineup, I got to give credit to the bottom of the lineup. The bottom of the lineup's been great. Carlos Narvaez, Cedon Rafaela, that twosome, Nick Sogard when he's at first. The bottom of the lineups looked really good. And with Duran and Devers and Bregman all hitting at the top of the lineup, that's like 6 guys in a row that have been going all, balls to the wall, and that's a good sign. So I think most people see this and most people have been echoing what I'm saying. That 1-run game stat is not sustainable. Eventually the script will flip. The Red Sox are 1 or 2 plays away from winning a lot of these games. And so eventually that will flip in their favor. And I feel okay about that. Number 5, the AL East is not good. You're better than the Orioles, the Rays, and the Blue Jays. And I don't think it's particularly close. Just on paper, your team is substantially better. You should be better than all 3 of these teams. It's not even close. I mean, the Orioles are a dumpster fire. They already fired their manager. The Rays have not looked good this year. They've been okay, but they're the Rays. And then the Blue Jays, they're probably the scariest of those 3, but you've beat the Blue Jays. So, you're the second best team in this division. It's not even particularly close. And on top of that, you have yet to face the Yankees this season. You haven't faced so like you are banking on them losing to another team when you win to make up ground. You have not been able to impact that. So, in a few weeks, you're going to face the Yankees twice in 3 series. That's a 6-game turn where at the end of that, if everything goes your way, you could pass the Yankees and be the leaders in the AL East. So there's a lot of time left and a lot of opportunities for the Red Sox to pounce on the Yankees, who are a good team, but I don't think they're a great team either. Like, the AL East is not good this year. So this is one point that I think makes me the most optimistic, is that the AL East is not good. Even a 5-game deficit, you can overcome within 2 weeks in the next, few weeks. Because you play the Yankees twice in the span of 2 weeks. That's 6 games. You can flip the AL East like that if you play well and you show up. So that's yet another reason why I am incredibly optimistic in this Red Sox team. And number 6, the final one, is reinforcements are coming. The Red Sox not been able to put together a clean win. It's either the defense or the lineup or the rotation. And over the past few days, it's been the rotation. I thought the rotation was one of the strongest parts of this, and I think it is. I think Garrett Crochet, Hunter Dobbins, and then, Bello to a point, but, he looked really bad yesterday. Have looked good, but you're getting back Walker Buehler and Richard Fitz within the next few weeks. Walker Buehler starting on Tuesday against the Mets. That's going to happen. So that's an instant spark to your rotation. And then Richard Fitz he should start a rehab start at the end of next week. So the Red Sox, or the end of this week. So the Red Sox are going to get 2 very valuable pieces of the rotation that they haven't had back in their rotation. I think Hunter Dobbins should stay in the rotation, and then Garrett Crochet's Garrett Crochet. So, if you can replace Bello and Giolito with Buehler and Fitz, at that point your rotation looked pretty good. But you will need someone to step up of Bello or Giolito at the end of the day. And then on top of that, you're going to get Romy Gonzalez back this week as well. Abraham Toro and Nick Sogard have been fine, but, Romy has hit well this year, and he's been a valuable asset this year. So there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. There's a lot of ball game left. And I know I've been very pessimistic this year. You've seen it in a lot of my shorts and a lot of my videos. I've been extremely pessimistic this year because they've looked like a little league team a lot of times. And it's true, they have not performed. And there are things to be angry about. We're going to talk about them here in a minute when I recap the game. But there's a lot, if you take a step back and you take a deep breath, there's a lot to be optimistic about here. And so personally, I'm not giving up on the season yet. And I don't think the Red Sox should either. And I don't think you, members of Red Sox Nation, should give up either. Before we get into recapping the game, you let me know, are you optimistic about the Red Sox going forward? I want you to type Y for yes if you are, or N for no if you are not. And you can be honest. If you're not, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of reasons why people are not, and I fully understand them. But I do think that the positives outweigh the negatives in terms of the optimism route. So you guys let me know. Are you optimistic? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know down below in the comments. Now, it is tough to be optimistic after you lose 10-4 to the Atlanta Braves. You lose yet another series. You've lost 5 of your last 6. It's not good. But, the Braves are a good team. They are a good team. They struggled mightily at the beginning of the season, but that lineup is really good. Their rotation has been all full steam ahead. They are a good team. So, no moral victories here, but you're not losing to the White Sox. Now, you lost to the White Sox at the beginning of the season, but you're not losing to the White Sox here. You're losing to the Atlanta Braves, who I think are a good team. It's Brayan Bello. The reason I hate to blame it on one player, but the reason you lost this game was Brayan Bello. He looked bad today. He went 4 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 walks, 15 runners in 4 2/3 innings, in 4 1/3 innings pitched. That just can't happen. That cannot happen. 7 earned runs. You only struck out 3. That cannot happen, especially after the momentum of the night before. You want to talk about absolutely demolishing any momentum you had. That's a bad game from Bello. And he says it. I listened to his postgame interview, and Cora says it as well. And Cora was blunt in his postgame interview. He said, after Crochet, because I think it was Chris Cotillo asked him, there's no true number 2 on this rotation. Like, does someone need to step up? Like, what do you do? And he's basically, and Cora was blunt. He's like, someone needs to step up. Someone needs to step up. And that's true. After Crochet, you don't have anybody that is a true number 2. Houck imploded. He's on the Phantom IL. Giolito imploded the night before. You know, you won that game because your offense clutched, but Giolito, you should have lost that game. And then Bello drops an absolute stinker today. And then you bring out Sean Newcomb. He goes longer than Bello. He goes 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks, and a home run. I'm very angry at Cora because you go into the 8th inning and you're down 3. You're down 3 in the 8th. And you just leave Newcomb out there to die. And then he gives up 3. Like, I get protecting the bullpen, and Newcomb did that. You only blew 1 reliever the entire game, which is very valuable. Like, hats off and salute to Sean Newcomb for saving the bullpen. But I do kind of feel like Cora gave up today. And you're only down 3, and we saw the night before. You can come back from down that deficit. But instead, Cora lets him stay out there to die. They score 3 more, and then the game's really out of hand. I didn't like that. I did not like that from Cora. Like, I've been a Cora stan. I've been a Cora defender, but I can't defend that decision from Cora. I can't. I get you're trying to save the bullpen. I understand that. But you're not going to need every single arm in your bullpen tomorrow. I hope. I hope they don't go to like 16 innings of extras and you have to use the entire bullpen. But I don't think you will. I can't imagine that you will. So I do kind of feel like Cora and the Red Sox kind of gave up today. And after a game like 2 nights ago where you get this ultimate bump of electricity, ultimate momentum boost, you can't domino it. I thought that was the start of like some, 5-6 game win streak, but no. You absolutely lay an egg the next day. So it wasn't great. Great Brayan Bello's outing. A, B, C, D, or F. It's an F. It's a bad outing. Nothing more for me to say. It is what it is. The offense, I mean, you only struck out 5 times. I swore they drew more than 1 walk. That's weird. 8 hits. I mean, Duran 1 for 3. He had a walk. He looked good. Devers went 2 for 4 with the grand slam. I mean, that was absolutely electric. The bottom of your lineup, David Hamilton went 2 for 4. Rafael went 1 for 3. Like, it was the middle of your lineup really that did it. Bregman went 0 for 4. Abreu went 0 for 4. Story went 0 for 4. Like, that middle of your lineup absolutely killed you today. But the Red Sox just couldn't get anything going. I mean, the Braves looked great. Like, I think the stat was they had like 16 hits. I think they had 3 extra base hits. That's solid fundamental baseball right there. You're just putting the ball in play and you're scoring runs. The Red Sox don't do that. Again, their reliance on the home run makes me sick. And they didn't strike out today. Like, there was a lot of loud contact, a lot of loud outs. It just didn't fall their way. So at the end of the day, I think the Red Sox gave up today. And the Mets come into town, and the Mets are the second best team in baseball. You can't get swept by them. It cannot happen. You cannot get swept by the Mets. It can't happen. I'm optimistic. They're playing at Fenway. We'll see what happens. But until we actually see it, I'm a little concerned. But then you got the Orioles coming to town who are horrible. So you should dominate the Orioles. But the Mets, I'm a little worried about the Mets. But I'm going to leave you with what I opened the show with. Do you still have faith in the Red Sox? I asked you at the top of the show. I'm going to ask you at the end of the show. Just type me in the comments. I want to see how many people are still rocking with the Sox. I'm still rocking with the Sox. I hope you are as well. Type me down below in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. And until next time, go Sox.